rushes that have caused more than a few sleepless nights for quarterbacks and offensive coordinators. It's Khalil Mack and Von Miller.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27.
You can hear me? Alright, just making sure it works. I don't really talk no more when I play the game. I do too, but like, yeah. Just let me know when you're ready. Alright.
Carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, if we had any questions, that run kind of answered him. He's still Marshawn Lynch.
Hasn't lost a thing, maybe running with a renewed sense of purpose and energy after that year off. They go play action here on first down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
That's a sight the Denver fans are used to seeing. Passes falling incomplete against their defense. Number 1 in pass defense in 2016, but they give up less than 200 yards per game.
Yeah, 186, only team in the league to allow less than 200 per contest.
Elite cover guys and big-time pass rushers.
Now Carr. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On second down, here's Carr. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Carr gives to Marshawn. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. C.J. with a nifty move. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. Second down following the incompletion.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And the wideout in motion. Throwing on third down, Simeon. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Simeon finding Thomas there to give the Broncos a first down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Simeon now on second down. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Ten yards to go on third. From the gun, here's Simeon. Launching one for Henderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Ohio State, Garyon Conley. They find some open field here. He's at the 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
To throw on second is Simeon. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over. Let's go.
A play fake to Anderson. It's Simeon. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. He also had an interception return for a touchdown last year. Another one there. What's the goal for a defensive back? One a season?
One a season is really
fantastic.
Way more than you would expect. I mean, guys set those types of goals, but rarely are they reached. Rarely are they achieved. To be able to pull it off back-to-back seasons, who says no one makes house calls anymore?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
Come on, bro. I got to be to work. Let's go.
Exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he's got some space here. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second down, Anderson. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A good pickup there, a 22.
Here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fighting through. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Good. Here we go now.
Now Simeon. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down, here's Simeon. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A first down as it's Simeon with a hook up to Sanders. They'll run Anderson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a second straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. How will Marshawn Lynch fare? That's the question in the Bay Area. Been out of the game for a year. What do you think?
I think he'll fare just fine. I don't think that they'll use him as often as he was used in Seattle. But when they turn him loose, I think it'll be to great advantage for Oakland.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And coming out now, the Broncos.
Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Simeon now to throw. Left side here to Sanders. Room past the 20. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 53 yards.
Let's go.
10th carry now for Anderson. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Let's go.
Here's Simeon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Back there, Philly. Here we go. Set. Green.
Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
He's gone over 1,000 yards 5 times in his career, but he's at the 30-year-old mark, and there's a lot of concern about running backs over the age of 30.
5 yards or better per carry in each of his first 8 seasons. Now past 30, we'll see if that trend can continue.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, Simeon. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, Jamal Charles. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat.
Anderson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunky yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Here we go now.
They'll run for it with Anderson. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So out come the Raiders. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
Hurry up, here we go.
A first down carry here for Charles. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All right, here we go. No, Jack, Patriot.
On first down, Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go now.
Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Green, 39. All right, now, look at this. Detroit. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And McManus able to put it through. An update now from out in Southern California. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. First down, the run with Lynch. And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line.
It don't work against me, bro. I know how to stop it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Carr to throw on second down. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete.
The run don't work against me.
So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
Caught the ball with like 2 seconds left. There's no way he's going to get a timeout called. That was a good play, though.
In Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Let's go.
Here's Simeon. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. Anderson loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Oh, he got position on him, and he...
Oh, man. Brother ain't got all day. Let's go.
Decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Simeon on first down. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he motions the wide receiver.
On 3rd and short, this is Janovich. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Toss play. This is Anderson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. They'll try the air now with Simeon. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge. And
Simeon fucking me up, man. God damn. Say Simeon fucking me up.
This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Simeon. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Raiders will take possession. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
93.
try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw, it's Carr. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That's on the big guard, Gabe Jackson. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Following the penalty, Lynch. And some room to work. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football. And what a nice gain on that play.
Second down following the run. To throw is Simeon. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. First and goal, they'll look to smash it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get...
That's some bullshit, man. That was a touchdown. Get the fuck out of here. That's some fucking bullshit. That's what that just was. That was a touchdown all day. That's okay. You throw it, I'm going to pick it off. Better stay running like you've been doing all game. You ain't getting shit off that either. That's your best run right there. Fucking cheating ass fucking game. That's some bullshit. That was a touchdown, man. Man, get the hell out of here.
Is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them.
Fuck out of here. You're not running. I ain't letting you run. I ain't letting you run. I ain't letting you run.
Maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the
I can't wait till they change his rating. He ain't doing all that in real life. I can't wait till they change his rating. He ain't doing that in real life.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the back, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On the carry,
nope. Lucky ass fucking fumble. That's bullshit. How you stood him up and you hit the hit stick, man? I crossed the line before he got hit.
I think we'll see a lot of it.
Only needed one damn yard.
In a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, Lynch. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
On third down. That's Lynch. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And Denver getting set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series. What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go now.
Simeon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the gun, Simeon. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Let's go. Gun.
Now a 1st down throw. Simeon throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Both Sanders and his running mate, Demaryius Thomas, have been over 1,000 yards each the last 3 seasons. Demaryius Thomas takes care of a lot of stuff downfield. Emmanuel Sanders likes to work inside the margins.
Great compliment for each other, aren't they?
Yeah, they work very well together.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take.
Let me ask you a question, real quick. Will that happen in real life, there's no way in hell you dive for the ball, you wide open. Madden got some fixing to do, man. That's bullshit. He was wide open. Nobody was around him. I had perfect block. He diving for the fucking ball. Get out of here, man. They need to put this shit on competitive. This shit is simulation. Throw the ball. Throw the ball. I'm telling you to throw the ball. Jesus Christ.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
I can go for it, right?
A yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Now the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they'll have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing his car on 3rd down. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. On the ground, it's Lynch. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding.
This game cheated me. It's cool, though. How the hell I didn't just pick that off? It was 3 niggas over there.
As they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that. Thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On 1st down, it's Simeon. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
To throw on 2nd is Simeon. And he's got Jamal Charles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
No, check. Patriot.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. Going underneath for Charles. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch it now, Barney.
Again, Simeon. And that That is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Third down here. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a one-score game. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth now in Carson. And it was the Chargers who were able to take home the victory in that one. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. And I think the Broncos have it. They do. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. One last throw here for Simeon. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Raiders, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we